Fireworks, concerts, plenty of summer fun can take a toll on the ears, and young people especially might not be thinking of the consequences of all that.
Yeah, here with us this morning to talk about some common ear problems and solutions, Gunderson audiologist Dr. Angela Manke. Good morning, Dr. Manke. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Tell us a little bit about what happens as you get older, what happens to our ears.
Well, what happens is that over time, our ears can be very susceptible to loud noise. A lot of us think that hearing loss is just a normal part of the aging process, but it's actually a greater part of or cause of hearing loss is noise exposure and not protecting our hearing. And it's a cumulative effect that just adds up over time and catches up with us later.
So that's something you might not realize as you're going to all those loud events and everything like that. But
exactly.
when do you start? When, I guess, does it become a problem? When do you start? What's the first thing to go, I guess, when in your hearing that you might start thinking, hey, this is a problem?
That's a great question. And actually what's interesting is a lot of times family members will be the first ones to pick up on an issue. They'll start to notice that you say, huh, what? You ask for repetition. You tend to slowly turn that TV volume up at home. You start withdrawing from family activities and social activities because it's just too hard to communicate. So sometimes they're the first clue, and then you start to catch on to yourself that, I am having a harder time.
So what should a person do when they start to realize those maybe signs, or other people are telling them, hey, Dad, Mom, you're not listening. What should somebody do?
That's a great question. The first thing is to maybe talk to your primary care provider and make sure that there's no wax buildup in your ear that can cause a temporary loss. Make sure there's no sign of outer or middle ear infection. But if you're clear there, then you should get right to an audiologist who can perform a comprehensive hearing evaluation to better evaluate your hearing across all frequencies.
And with technology now, I've got to imagine there are a lot of different things an audiologist can look at and do tailor a solution to each person.
Exactly, and that's a perfect point. That with hearing loss, it is a very individualized process. While we do see certain patterns to hearing loss, basically we see that everyone's affected a little bit differently, and that you need to go in and have that formally evaluated so that you can come up with a customized plan with your audiologist.
All right, Dr. Manke, thanks so much for joining us this morning and
Thank you.
talking a little bit about, hearing loss, especially with all, like we said, the fireworks, concerts going on this summer. Something you want to pay attention to.